Hello guys, so in previous video we talked about update tag, revalidate tag and revalidate path, and right now we're going to talk about cacheLife. So cacheLife function is used to set the cache lifetime of a function or component. It should be used alongside the useCache directive and within the scope of the function or component. So we have three cache profile properties here: stale, revalidate and expire. Stale, how long the client can use cache data without checking the server. Revalidate, after this time the next request will trigger a background refresh, so user will see stale data while in the background fetching is going to happen. And we have expire, after this time with no request the next one waits for the fresh content. After this period server is no longer serving the cache data, so it's fetching the new fresh data. So here we have some presets from Next.js. By default, if we don't set explicitly set any cache life, by default the stale is set to 5 minutes, revalidate to 15 minutes, and expire to 1 year. We have like presets like seconds, minutes, hours, days, weeks, max, and also you can see here like in what scenarios these presets are fitting the best. So for example, seconds is good for real-time data, hours for multiple daily updates, weeks for weekly updates, and so on. So also we can set our own presets in our next config file. In cacheLife property we just create our custom profile, like you see here, be weekly, and we add properties like stale, revalidate and expire, and we just use this inside our component or a function. As you see, we import cacheLife from Next.js and just add the value, the property that the profile that we created here. Also we can override the default cache profiles, like you see here, like we can override the days. If you look at the days, the stale is set to 5 minutes, revalidate 1 day, and expire 1 week. If we go here in overridden value, stale is set to 1 hour, revalidate to 15 minutes, and expire to 1 day. So we can also override this value, which is cool, and also we can do inline cache profiles. So again, we import cacheLife from Next.js, and inside the function we just manually add value for these properties like stale, revalidation, revalidate and expire, just like this. So also just want to talk about nested caching behavior. So when you nest useCache directive, a cache function or component using another cache function or component, the outer cache behavior depends on whether it has an explicit cache life. The outer cache uses its own lifetime regardless of inner cache lifetimes. When the outer cache hits, it returns the complete output including all nested data. An explicit cache life always takes precedence, whether it's longer or shorter than inner lifetime. So if we explicitly set this here cache life hours, doesn't matter if this is revalidating in couple seconds or 5 minutes or anything, this is going to take precedence because we explicitly set this cache life here, and this is a parent component, so this is taking precedence. But in this example below, as you see here, we didn't set any cache life explicitly, so by default this is set to revalidation in 15 minutes. So first scenario, if widget, so this is a child component, inner component, if widget has 5 minutes cache life, dashboard becomes 5 minutes. So this will revalidate in 5 minutes. So this is taking precedence if the default, if we didn't explicitly set the cache value. But if the widget has 1 hour cache life and our parent component have default, which is 15 minutes, then this is still going to be revalidated in 15 minutes. So if we didn't explicitly set cache life and the inner components revalidated in couple seconds, 5 minutes or whatever, so this is this component, dashboard component, is going to invalidate. But if this is longer, this is still going to respect outer scope and this parent component. So let's just see this in action quickly. So here we have this items list that we already saw in the previous videos, and as you see, we can just add cacheLife here, and we have all these profiles as I showed you on the Next.js page. So we have days, defaults, hours, max, minutes, seconds, and that's it. And also we can explicitly add here some values. So first of all, I'm going to comment this out because we're gonna see this in a second. So we can explicitly set cacheLife, let's say revalidate in 15 seconds, or let's say 10 seconds here. So first of all, we see this logged items component level cache and getting items. This getting item is coming from this server action here, console getting items. So if I refresh, since 10 seconds passed, I will see this logged in. If I refresh again, we don't see this console logged again, because right now it's serving from the cache, because 10 seconds didn't pass, but right now just passed. If I refresh, you'll see this again logging. So this is happening because in items we put this revalidate in 10 seconds. If we don't do this, if we just comment this out or don't add specifically any cached life, the default revalidation is 15 minutes. So just want to show you. So since we have this inner component here, and we can add manually this cacheLife, so we have revalidation here of 10 seconds, and we are going to add in this child component revalidation of 5 seconds. Since we explicitly, let's say 12 seconds, since we explicitly said here that this parent component is going to have a cacheLife of 12 seconds, so this is going to take precedence. Even though this is revalidating after every 5 seconds, this is taking precedence since this is a parent component. So if I refresh now, you will see this logged in. 5 seconds, I think, just passed. If I refresh again, this is not going to be logged again. If I refresh again, this logged because 12 seconds passed. If I refresh again quickly, this is not going to log again. So this is not going to respect this. This is going to take precedence, but okay. So if I quickly comment this out and refresh right now, you'll see items component level cache getting items, and if I refresh again, so 5 seconds passed, you'll see this is logged again. So now this is taking precedence. So even though this is set to default, this is taken because this have explicit cache. If I refresh again, you see items component level cache getting items, I think 5 seconds just passed, refresh again. So you see the logic here. Also, like we talked earlier, we can create custom profiles. As you see here, I created items outer scope, so this is a parent component, and items inner scope, so this is a child component. So this is have this revalidating after 5 seconds, and this revalidating after 15 seconds. So instead of doing this, we can just uncomment this out that I added previously. And right now we are using these profiles which have revalidation after 5 seconds, and we are using this after which have revalidation after 15 seconds. So if I refresh now, you see this logged in. 5 seconds passed. If I refresh, this is not going to log again. If I refresh again, this is not going to log again. If I refresh, I think okay. If I refresh again, yeah. So now I will see it. So 15 minutes. So this is taking precedence. Again, if I refresh this, you see this. Refresh again. and you see this now. So this is taking precedence in this case. So that would be it about cacheLife. So like I said, you can create a custom tags like we created here: items outer scope, items inner scope. You can add manually, you can use default presets, and that would be that. In the next video we're going to talk about use cache private. So see you in the next one.